The NFC Championship game, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming off their victory over the New Orleans Saints face the Green Bay Packers at home coming off their victory over the Los Angeles Rams with the #1 defense. I think if you look at this game and break it down, Green Bay did a terrific job on the offensive line, able to protect their quarterback, not give up any sacks, move the ball down the field to play, and score when they had to score against the #1 defense, and they protected the football, which was key in this game. I think for Tampa Bay, you look at the way that they played. They got 4 turnovers on defense. Todd Bowles did a terrific job with his defense. They're still the #1 run defense in the NFL. They did a great job, but I think the key was Devin White, the linebacker. Huge plays in that game against New Orleans. Had the interception, he had the fumble recovery. I think if they play that inspired on defense, coming up with turnovers, which they came up with 4, and if Brady doesn't turn the ball over, this is a team right now. They're hitting their stride at the right time. I'm looking at this game. Green Bay's been terrific. Aaron Rodgers has been terrific. He doesn't turn the ball over. Just 5 picks on the season with 50 touchdown passes. I think this game's going to go down on the wire. Green Bay was favored by 4. Now they're favored by 3 halfway through the week. I like Tampa Bay with the upset in this game over Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. I think Tampa Bay wins this game outright, 27-24.
Well, when you look at the Packers, they have been impressive. I mean, Aaron Rodgers has been fantastic. You look at 50 touchdowns, only 5 interceptions, and 2 of them were the 6th week of the season against the Buccaneers. The Packers outgained the Rams, 484 yards to 240 yards. That's 244 yards different. And I have to say this. I thought that Aaron Jones was outstanding. I think he is an underrated back. And, of course, when you look at the great receiver Adams, he had 9 receptions, 66 yards and a touchdown. But now let's look at the Bucs. You mentioned they forced 4 turnovers versus Saints. But, Mark, I really expected the Buccaneers because I picked them to beat the Saints, but I thought they would dominate the game. There were only a couple of plays. You take the turnovers away and get the receivers off the line of scrimmage, the Saints would end up winning that game. So I was a little disappointed that they didn't dominate. Now, the defensive secondary of the Buccaneers is very, very good. In addition to that, the Super Bowl is going to be played in Tampa. If they win, they will be the first team to host the Super Bowl and participate in it as well. As I mentioned, the defense is absolutely outstanding, but when I go look at it, it's hard to go against the Pack. But let's go back to the 6th week of the season, Mark. Let's look at some stats. The Pats jumped on top, the Packers jumped on top 10-0.
Yep.
Final score, 38-10.
Mm-hmm.
The Buccaneers had 2 picks. In addition to that, they absolutely dominated this game. When you look at it, the Pack averaged 2.7 yards per rush. Aaron Rodgers threw for a total of 160 yards. He was sacked 4 times. The Bucs had no sacks. The Bucs had no turnovers. The Bucs had no penalties. No penalties. When you look at that, they played a perfect game, and they won it. Because of that, I think the Pack is going to bounce back. I really and truly do. It's going to be up there. But most of the week, Mark, I was going to go with the Buccaneers. I really was. I felt that they would. But I just can't go against Aaron Rodgers. And plus, I think that they will be fired up for this game. The offensive line played so well against the Rams. They're going to have to play outstanding against the Buccaneers. I think they will. Final score, Packers 34, Buccaneers 31.
I'm glad you brought up the score earlier. It was 38-10. I think Tampa Bay is going to be confident going into this game. And for Brady, it's his 14th conference championship game. That's more than anybody in the history of the NFL. This team believes in Tom Brady. That's the reason why I'm going with the Bucs.
The Packers don't believe in Aaron Rodgers. I want to tell you, I've never seen anybody have a better year than Aaron Rodgers. Now, consider that. The 2 interceptions, 160 yards, no touchdowns against the Bucs. And yet he had the second highest rated passing percentage, second highest rated passer in NFL history, even with that bad game. And Aaron Rodgers, I mean, Mark, his release is so quick and so smooth, and he knows where he's going. And I don't believe that the Pack is going to allow them to stop them at the line of scrimmage, jamming them at the line of scrimmage, and disrupt the routes like they did the Saints. I think the Pack will put people in motion to keep you from doing that. And that's why the Pack will win this game. It'll be close. And I agree with you. There's good justification for picking the Bucs. But there's more justification for picking the Packers if you want to pick a winner.
Let me see. In closing, this is what I'll say. Aaron Rodgers has 1 Super Bowl ring. The GOAT has 6.
Well, then, okay. Because you beat me by 15 last week, that doesn't mean you start out 15-0 this week. That has nothing to do with it. Everything will be determined what happens on that field. And I think Aaron Rodgers, had the Buccaneers not embarrassed him in week 6, maybe you're right. That's the mystery of this matchup, Mark. Is the Bucs really have their number, or was that a bad day for the Pack? And the Pack going to be fired up to get even? I think they will.
I think it's going to be an interesting game. It'll be fun to watch.
It will be that.